I checked my screen time recently and it was bad. So I challenged myself to stop scrolling and start doing more. Try new hobbies, learn new skills, and saying yes to the things that I'd normally put off. From baking, reading, networking, learning color grading, improving my editing skills, and simply being more intentional with how I spend my days. For once, I wanted my free time to create memories rather than just more screen time. So here's what happened.
I said 5 in the morning. I wake up to 5 for my earnings.
Hey there, welcome to another video. So I recently checked my screen time and I was not happy. If I'm bored, I scroll. If I'm tired, I watch something. And lately, I've started feeling it. I feel less creative. I feel less motivated. Like my brain is constantly consuming things, but never really making anything. So I decided I want to change that. I want to be curious again. I want to create things again. So this vlog is basically me trying new hobbies and finding things that I genuinely enjoy and slowly building a life that feels a little more real and a little less algorithm controlled. So let's get right into the video. I'm attempting to make a salted caramel cake at home, so let's see how that goes. Mixing the, what's this called? Cake mix. It already looks like a lot. I didn't want to make a big cake. This is our oven. We're preheating it. It's pretty much hot right now, I think. So we just flipped it back onto this pan so that it could cook the upper part of it, because the upper part of it was already burning. So okay, yeah, I think it may. So we're going to let this caramel cool down so that we can frost the cake, I think. Salted caramel.
Oh, salted.
For the beautiful lady. Yeah, so I really love that the cake itself doesn't have so much sugar. It is sweet, but it doesn't have that much sugar. And then the frosting, it really adds that sugar to the cake and a little bit of salt. And I can't believe I made this. I've exceeded my own expectations because I didn't think it was gonna be this perfect. This tastes so good. It tastes so good. And I personally, I'm not really a fan of sugar, so I like my desserts not sugarless, but just mildly sweet. So I love this. I love this. I love this. I'm going to cut a slice for my sister-in-law because it was her birthday a few days ago. And she's also a mother, and it's Mother's Day. Everyone has loved the cake. I love the cake. I need to do this more often. I need to try more recipes more often. I thought the fact that we don't have an oven was going to stop me from doing this, but I was wrong. What? But what? This is so crazy. I just got back home a few hours ago, got ready for bed, but I just had a really nice time today. I did some thrifting with my friend. I wasn't really keen on filming because it was not planned, but it was actually the opening day for the new stock, so there was a lot of cute things, and the shoes, oh my goodness. I was trying to restrain myself because that was not on my plans or budget, but so far I'm loving taking time to just learn new hobbies and find something to do outside of the screen, the phone screen, the TV screen, all the screens. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow as we try another hobby. So another skill I've been really wanting to learn is color grading. I've never been a huge fan of that flat look most phones produce straight out of the camera. So learning how to make my footage look better is something that I've been really wanting to work on. And since so many of you ask this, I use the Samsung A35 phone to film all of my videos. But recently I've been moving from editing from my phone to editing on my desktop just because it's more convenient and easier. And honestly, it helps me avoid getting distracted by Instagram or TikTok when I'm supposed to be editing. To help with that, I've been learning how to use Dehancer. They gave me access to their pro version so that I could test it out. However, this is not a paid review. It's just going to be an honest review from my own experience as a beginner learning how to color grade. So I'm just going to use my laptop to show you guys how I have been using Dehancer to transform my videos from this flat look to this somehow vibrant, lovely look. Before we start, we need to get to know what is Dehancer. Dehancer is a plugin for most desktop editing software from DaVinci Resolve, Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, and Lightroom. So if you're also planning to transition to desktop editing, because let's be real, it really is convenient and it has more features, then you should really think of using Dehancer to color grade your videos. However, they do have an iOS app, which means you can basically just color grade your videos on your phone. So if you're interested in trying the iOS app, you can check out this video that I already created talking about, but I'm going to focus on the desktop version. Okay, so my workflow is very simple. I personally use Adobe Premiere Pro, and I'm going to show you guys how I use Dehancer in Premiere Pro. I finish editing the video first and then add Dehancer at the end. This is very much recommended because it is a heavy plugin. So you want to put it at the end because it might interfere with the playback smoothness. So first of all, go to Video Effects, choose Film Emulation, and you'll find Dehancer there if you've already installed it. Drag it to the adjustment layer and it will automatically give you a preset which we're going to edit and customize to our liking. So since my camera is not listed, I am going to use the generic Rec 7 or 9 option, but depending on the camera that you're using, especially if you're using an iPhone, you can see that you are at an advantage because there is plenty of options depending on what kind of iPhone footage you have. Then I'm going to go ahead and choose a film stock and print profile. The settings you use will depend heavily on the footage that you have. So the lighting, the setting, all of that. So it's very important to understand that it's not just a one-click solution. Every scene needs something a little different, and I'm still learning as I go. So for this, I will choose Kodak film stock and play around with the exposure and other settings until I find a look that I like. With a few adjustments, we can take the footage from this to this. Honestly, I love how more vibrant and balanced and more cinematic that this looks. You just have to experiment with everything when it comes to this. They have all these other settings that you could try out, but I really have not gotten the hang of it. I usually just pay attention to the film, the print. I've also realized that halation and bloom does make a difference. And then I like to add a film grain just so that it gives that film
vibe, and then tonal range to help reduce highlights, and finally exposure. I feel like exposure is a really important setting when it comes to color grading. So if you're interested in trying out Dehancer, I have left a link in the description box. Click that link and use my special discount code WhenChiku8 to get 10% off your subscription plan. And if you're not ready to get a subscription plan, don't worry, they do have free trials that you can try out and just see if it's something that you want to add to your workflow.
The lights just went off. It's my first time doing a protein treatment, and I'm trying this Mikala hair protein treatment. It's a quadra oil treatment. It's supposed to restore your hair, strengthen it, thicken it, and that is what I want. So I'm supposed to use a heat cup to help the protein penetrate the hair follicles, but I don't have a heat cup, so I'm using 2 shower caps and then this towel, and then I was gonna use this dryer, but the lights are off, so I'm just gonna chill under the sun for like 5 minutes and then wash it off. So I rinsed it off, did conditioner, rinsed it off again, and thank goodness the lights are back. Anyway, I'm going to go in with a leave-in treatment. It has shea butter and coconut oil, which is also good for strengthening dry and damaged hair. And I need my hairline back, and I'm gonna find a way to get it back because it's receding. I don't know where it's going. I'm just gonna do this leave-in. That again. Yeah, but I want to straighten my hair because I'm traveling soon and my hair is just easier to maintain when it's straightened. What's up, loves? It's a day post the wedding. I was not on my phone at all yesterday, and I checked my screen time. It was about 3 hours. Needless to say, it's becoming easier to not pick up my phone when I'm bored, but also the fact that I'm in a different city with a lot of things to do, it's making it so hard for me to get into those hobbies, but I'm doing my best. So my sister-in-law actually has a really good collection of books, and I really do love a self-help book. So I saw this on the shelf and I decided I'm gonna start this book and hopefully finish it before I'm out of here. I know that is very ambitious of me, considering that I can't even remember the last time I actually finished reading a book that I started. Yeah, I will finish it, and this book is actually really good. I'm loving the insights, and that is one of the major reasons why I feel like I can finish this book. Yeah, I'm currently in page 65, which is not bad. I've already read this amount of pages in like 2 days, so I think I can really push a substantial amount of this book in 1 week. I'm in Nairobi for a week, so I think I can do it. So let's get right into it. Currently almost 10 p.m. I don't think it's already 10. And so I just want to do a chapter or even just 2 pages. You know, I'm not even giving myself that much pressure. I'm also trying to edit a vlog. Oh my God, I'm in the pits in my creativity. Like, I don't even feel like posting on Insta. I don't feel like posting on TikTok. I don't feel like editing, but I have this vlog that I really need to edit. By the way, thank you so much for the love and the new subscribers from my last video. Just know that I appreciate you and I'm so grateful for you guys. And the thought that you guys just watched my video and were like, I want to see more of her, and you subscribed and stayed and watched my other videos. I find that cute. I find that lovely. And so welcome to the fam. And I hope that we're doing this together, reducing our screen times, because we really need this. What's up, guys? I came back from this AI Everything X GTEX Kenya summit. I said quested so hard. I've been there the whole day. I got a workshop pass. That's my pass. I've never really been to KICC, but I've really loved this experience. I just wanted this to be exposure therapy for me, you know, because I am in healthcare. I've gotten to speak to a lot of people with startups on machine learning. I've just had a really good experience today. It wasn't a perfect experience, but I've had a really good day. And I still get to go back tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day of the conference. It just felt really good to see all these cool rooms and see all these cool people and do all these cool things. It's my first time actually trying to network out there, and I forgot to shoot my outfit, but this is how it looks. Yeah, that's the fit. I looked really professional today. So guys, so it's yet another day. My sister-in-law is having a birthday brunch, and I just thought I would bake one more thing because I'm starting to love baking as a hobby, and she has an oven, so I don't have to use a jiko. So I'm so excited to try baking cinnamon rolls. I really hope it turns out nicely. But I just wanted to talk about my progress with this book. It's a really good book. It gives you something to think about. And I also love that the author has used a lot of articles, science, other people's thoughts, other people's opinions, other books to compile all these 33 laws of business and life. So I've really read a really good chunk of it. I've read this much. I'm currently at page 187 and I have 340 pages to read. Anytime I want to scroll on my phone, I replace it with this book. Hence why I've really read so much of it. But today I think it's all about the cooking. It's really nice to see other women just, you know, live their lives, host events, love on themselves. I love to see that a lot, and I'm excited for today. I'm excited to see how the cinnamon rolls turn out. So let's get that going. Also, the setup for this birthday brunch is really nice. Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
Let me tell you about this girl. Maybe I should let her feel it, and her name was Brian. We be making love constantly. That's why my eyes are a shade blood burgundy. The way that we kiss isn't like any other way that I be kissing when I'm kissing what I'm missing. Won't you listen? Brown sugar, babe. I guess high off your love, I don't know how to behave.
So guys, so I just got ready for the brunch. This is my outfit.
Story goes, Brown sugar got me open. Now I want some more. Always down for my nauseous swine, but I think I'm here to solo. All my niggas don't mind. Stick out my tongue and I'm about to hit this pretty, pretty bitty with persistence. And I think y'all hit it. Brown sugar, babe. I guess high off of love, don't know how to behave.
Listen, we've never seen this many butterflies
In one place, yeah. There's so many.
So, did I manage to cut my screen time into half? Not quite. While I still have a lot of room for improvement, I am so proud of myself for the progress that I made. But the biggest thing that I gained wasn't a lower screen time number. It was realizing how much better I feel when I'm actually doing things instead of watching other people do them. I felt more creative. I had more ideas, more motivation to actually start things instead of just thinking about them. We are often more capable than we think. And I think that's my biggest takeaway from all of this. If there's something you've been wanting to try, start before you feel ready. Read the book, join the club, learn that skill, and try the hobby that you've always been interested in trying. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. Because at the end of the day, a life filled with experiences will always feel better than a life spent scrolling past them. And with that, I will see you in the next vlog. Remember to believe in yourself.